Stadium in Houston, Texas. This is Madden NFL 21 on EA Sports. We'll see Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans taking on Drew Lock and the Denver Broncos.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. Houston. DeAndre Carter returning it. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Out comes Deshaun Watson, ready to captain the ship here for this Houston offense.
Might have won back-to-back Heisman trophies if the ballot had come after the national championship games that he and Clemson played against Alabama. But when you watch him on the field, you realize why coordinators and head coaches want to bend their offense to his talents, because when he's got the ball in his hands, he can be magical at times.
Skirts by him at the 35. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Now that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jarrell Casey bursting in to take him down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw, Watson. And the pressure gets to him again. The sack by Todd Davis.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Denver has Deontay Spencer deep to return. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Bronco offense with Drew Lock from Missouri in charge.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
That catch good for only a couple.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy.
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Jerry Jeudy, 75 yards. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 20.
So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game, and they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here.
At the 24-yard line.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. And that is incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line.
At their own.
Somehow the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
The ball carrier.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Locke. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First down, Broncos.
Locke on the give, it's Lindsey. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Zach Cunningham on the tackle. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 24-yard line.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Broncos 7, Texans nothing.
On 2nd and 9, Locke, open man Hamler, that's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 11 yards there, first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Locke. This is Hamler on the receiving end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, first down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
They go back to the ground now with Lindsey. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's the backup now, the former Badger, Melvin Gordon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Locke. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up fourth. Now it's first.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now to the air, Locke. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack.
Enough to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack. Locke working out of the gun. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down.
Throwaway and incomplete. It's 4th down.
Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And that will line up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll roll him out right. He'll try and run it. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down at a 21-yard gain.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's go, defense. Out of time. It's out of time.
Out of the gun, Watson rolling to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
You made play like that offense. This is unbelievable.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Operating from the gun, Watson, and nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Set. 18. Check 45. You want this?
From the gun, Watson. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Operating from the gun, Watson. It's caught left side by Cooks. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. From the left hash, this from 46. And this one is right down the middle. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Broncos 7, Texans 3.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. To return it, here's Deontay Spencer. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
And Denver getting set to take the field. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. From the gun, Locke. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Whitney Merciless barreling in for the sack. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We were treated to a strong first half from the Missouri man, Drew Lock. His guys have the lead, as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. On the return is Spencer. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Lock. He'll get this to Hamler over the middle. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Lock going to throw. He'll find Lindsey here. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's go.
A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
Ball carrier.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Lock. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Two 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Lock. This is the tight end, Fant. And he's got this down to the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 35-yard line. Operating from the gun. Lock. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And a short gain down to about the 33. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Right side, it's Hamler pulling it in. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
Texans 3.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps a deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. And this carries into the end zone. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out.
At their own 25-yard line.
So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Now Watson. He'll buy some time right. And now he's going to use his legs. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. From the gun, Watson. He finds Randall Cobb on the completion. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It'll be a gain of 18 on the play, and it'll give them a fresh set of downs. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, Watson. And incomplete on the deep ball. Will Fuller was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
Drew Lock, sack. A fumble on the play.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Watson. Dancing to his left. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the 1st.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Watson. He gets it left side to Johnson. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson, and this one grabbed by Darren Fells. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 15-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Now it's Watson. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Watson, quick hitter here, it's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. This will be caught at about the 6. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
At the 1-yard line.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the final act belonged to Deshaun Watson in his touchdown run. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. On the return is Spencer. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Spencer on the return. The Broncos take over 1st and 10.
And coming out now, the Broncos. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. A good rally to the football keeps them to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
The 27-yard line.
Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. To throw is Locke. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Pass thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Let's hear it, Texans fans, because it's 3rd down.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Locke going to hand it off here to Gordon. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And the Texans scoop it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
I'm fairly sure that there's no good time to cough up the football. But this couldn't be much worse, could it?
No.
This situation, this yard line, no chance.
They set it on a T-form. They're already in field goal range here late in the 4th now.
Yeah, warm up the kicker. Just make sure they take care of the ball now. They've got a chance to put this thing away.
And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
Sam Martin in punt formation for the Broncos.
Partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
And here comes the Texans now. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
Number 30.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Simmons on the tackle. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 24-yard line.
So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. On the return is Spencer. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard.
Denver's offense ready to go again. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, That gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. He wasn't able to really get anything going in regulation. Maybe it'll be a little different story here in overtime.
And it appears that with that call, they want to establish the run in overtime, try and set the tone for what they're going to get done. And you're right, maybe it didn't work so well in regulation. Overtime could be the charm. And by the way, yards count either way.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 15 yards on the play, first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you, and until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
First throw of overtime for Locke. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now a first throw here in overtime. Open man, he completes it to Judy. Give him 9 on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
What will they draw up to try to keep this opening drive of overtime moving? 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun. Locke. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. His first catch, and it's a big one in overtime. It's a first down.
Brandon, that's a huge completion there. That puts them in field goal range, but let's face it. They don't want 3 here. They want 6. With these overtime rules, a touchdown finishes it off.
Yeah, looking to win it right away. Good to know, though, that they have 3 in their back pocket if they need it. They'll run on first down. Lindsey stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Another run by Lindsey. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. From the gun, Locke. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
Locke now on first down. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT.
Touchdown, Denver.
Way to go, man.
final score.
Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long from Houston.